Then the mercantile law we are talking about. Mercantile law. The joke. So this is how a contract is made. Maybe a joke. If heads win, we. If it is heads, we win. If it is tails, they lose. So in both the cases, we win. So it's a very comedy idea. So we are going to talk about Contract Act. So you can make out what we are going to talk about. Offer and acceptance. First we will see what is an offer. Definition of an offer. An offer is the starting point in the making of an agreement. An offer is a proposal by one party to another to enter into a legally binding agreement with him. An offer is also called a proposal. So we studied already what is a proposal. Offer and proposal are same. According to section 2A of the ICA 1872, when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything. We already know what is abstain. Abstaining, staying away. Don't do it. Do it or don't do it. With a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence is said to be make a proposal. Means you initiate your willingness to another person so that you get the agreement from the other person, that is assent from the other person. So that is an intention. So then it is called a proposal. Offer consists of two parts. Expression of one person's willingness to do or to abstain from doing anything. First is the expression, the willingness you have to express. Such expression should be made with a view to obtain the assent of the other person to the proposed act or abstinence. First you have to make a expression of the willingness. Then that willingness should be with a view to get the assent of the other person, assent or approval or agreement of the other person. The person making the offer is known as the offerer, proposer or promiser. The first person. The second person is offeree or promisee. Okay, you note there's a offerer and offeree, promiser and promisee. So that's how it works. We need to talk now about the essential elements of a valid offer. What are the essential elements of an offer? There must be two parties. That is very clear. You cannot make an offer to yourself. That's not allowed. Then, offer must be communicated to the offer. You cannot keep the offer in your pocket or in your mouth or in your mind or brain. You need to tell the other person that you are making an offer. The offer must show the willingness of the offerer. Mere telling the plan is not an offer. You should have a willingness. So let us see with some examples later, but this is how it is. The offer must be made with a view to obtaining the assent of the offering. The statement made jokingly doesn't amount to an offer. maybe we make fun of others, that is not an offer. Offer may involve a positive act or a negative act. Abstinence may be a negative act. Mere expression of willingness also doesn't constitute. So you should have the other things. You should have willingness and you should have a idea to get the assent, and there should be some communication also. A tells B he desires to marry by the end of 2008. It doesn't constitute an offer of marriage by A to B. A further adds, will you marry me? Then it becomes an offer. First is, I want to marry, that he says. That's a mere plan. First line is a mere plan. Then when he says, will you marry me, if you ask, then it becomes an offer. The offer must be communicated. Should be told to the other person. Offer is completed only when it has been communicated to the offeree. Until the offer is communicated, it cannot be accepted. Unless somebody tells you, I make an offer, can you accept? You cannot accept. Thus, an offer accepted without its knowledge doesn't confer any legal rights on the acceptor. Means what? Suppose you are making some offer, somebody else is accepting it without you knowing it, not possible. So that is not an offer. G sent, this is an example, G sent his servant L to trace his lost nephew. When the servant had left, G announced a reward of rupees 500 to anyone who traces the missing boy. L, the servant, found the boy and brought him home. Now, L came to know about the reward. He filed a suit against G to recover the reward. So what do you think? Will L get the reward or not? Maybe humanitarian consideration he may get, but the law doesn't say. Law says otherwise. Law says it was held that L was not entitled for the reward because he did not know about the reward when he found the missing boy. X offered a reward to anyone who traces his lost dog. F brought the dog without any knowledge of the offer of the reward. He doesn't know. It was held that F was not entitled to the reward because F cannot be said to have accepted the offer which he did not know of. That's what we are talking till now. Without you knowing the offer, how can you accept the offer? The offer must be made with a view to obtain the consent of the offering. X jokingly says to Y, comedy, right? Joke. I am ready to sell my car for rupees 1000. Can anybody sell for 1000? Y, knowing that X is not serious in making an offer, says, I accept your offer. In this case, X offer itself is a joke. It's not a real offer. So you cannot accept. So he did not make the offer with a view to accept the consent of Y. He was saying a joke. Terms to be definite and clear. It should be definite and clear. If the terms of the offer are vague or uncertain, vague means what? Not clear, no contract will come into existence. If the terms are not clear, no contract. A offered to sell to B 100 tons of oil. Do you know which oil it is? It is any oil, right from kerosene to petrol to crude oil to some mustard oil to any oil, right? There's not a certainty there. It's not clear. There's no completeness. X offers to sell his Y his car for rupees 1 lakh or 1,50,000. This is also not clear. Whether he is going to make it 1 lakh or 1,50,000, nobody is clear. So this also is ambiguous, vague, uncertain, not clear, right?